How did I go from sorting 40,000 Lego pieces in my basement to getting arrested by dozens of paramilitary police within just a few months?
You're under arrest.
Oh yeah? Well, it all started when I realized that I was in love with this girl I've been friends with for about 4 years. So I asked her to be my girlfriend, and she said yes.
No, I said I'd think about it.
Okay, but then she said yes, and well, life just got better. She only owned one piece of furniture, so we went shopping because the way to a woman's heart is through IKEA. This new wonderful energy in my life motivated me to start my next project, sorting my Lego collection. Or more precisely, 45,301 pieces of Lego as calculated by dividing the total weight by the median per piece weight as determined by averaging several random samples. My math is flawless and perfect. Doing this was necessary because my next plan was to make a Lego animation that I was certain would make me go viral this time. It was meant to be an artsy interpretation of how much fun it is to walk around alone and think about things. Little did I know that all this work was contributing to just one of the many failures in store for me over the course of the summer that changed my life. But one thing which I could not fail at was to pass the final class required to graduate with a very, very useful degree, Bachelor of Film. I had already failed this class about 3 times and was determined once and for all to not fuck it up again. I felt very confident about my exam. Once I'd done that, the leaves were on the trees for sure this time, and I realized that I didn't really want to spend 12 hours a day alone in a cold basement, so I abandoned all the work I'd put in and moved on to the next exciting activity, trying and failing to start a dropshipping business.
Everybody on their phone.
I don't know what was with that. Anyway, after I dealt with both my credit cards getting hacked, it was time for my yearly tradition, summertime boating adventure. This summertime boating adventure was different from usual since the boat had developed a brand new hull, which led to some tense moments.
Put it in.
But honestly, still a 10 out of 10 experience.
I bet it's so hard.
Oh, it's really low now.
No, keep up, bump it up.
Alright, moving on to my next big idea, which was to build a contraption capable of hoisting me into the air while being pulled by my friends at extreme speeds, because I desperately wanted to reproduce this stunt from an old silent film that I saw on TikTok, which I did, and it was fantastic, so that's a success. Alright, at this point, summertime was truly in full force, and I got the news that I had in fact not failed my course, so it was time to graduate university. So I celebrated by having a roller skating moment with my girlfriend, who apparently didn't know how to roller skate.
Gotta take it slowly.
My favorite way to learn is by doing.
We had fun anyway, as usual, because we've just got that kind of energy when we spend time together, you know?
Guess you need me like I need you here.
With a very useful degree and nothing but possibility ahead of me, I decided to do something I've always wanted to do. Start working out to become even more handsome and sexy. I hate my body.
Fucking hate your body.
I hate my body.
On the ground.
Okay, so my bodybuilder friend Jaina was kind enough to show me how to do it properly.
I literally can't.
Forward.
And even motivated me to reach my goal of working out every single day in terms that I could understand.
If you don't get it by the end of the 30 days, I will beat you up.
What's up, motherfucker? You're trying to work out, huh? I'm gonna teach you how, okay? Number 1, you're gonna be doing push-ups. You're gonna do them until you can't anymore. Oh, you hit your limit, you're tired? Tough shit. We're gonna go into our, what do you call it? Help me.
At this point, I'd done so many things without cleaning up after myself that I truly couldn't function, so I cleaned madly for 4 days straight before I moved on to my next goal, building my dream artist's studio. This time around, I didn't want it to be made out of busted up furniture and other trash I found on the street. I wanted it to be a gorgeous, dare I say, bougie space that truly felt like a place that I wanted to work. Constructing my first wall shelf unit was absolute hell because I couldn't quite grasp the difference between inches and centimeters, but I succeeded anyway and proved that I can actually be a fine furniture craftsman if I really wanted to be. And with one down, I now only had half a dozen left to make. But don't worry about that yet, because it's time for my girlfriend's birthday party. We went dancing and to the beach, and I felt like this year, for perhaps the first time in my adult life, I had fully embraced the true meaning of summertime. After helping my good friend Tony escape his psychotic landlord and move into a more hospitable environment, I realized that I had spent all my money on half-inch birch plywood, so it was time to lock in and get to work. My first gig of the summer was I do film. That's how I make money, not this YouTube channel. Goodness. My first gig of the summer was very exciting. It was a live stream of a grappling competition, and it needed like 6 cameras and an instant replay system, and I had to hire a whole bunch of my friends, and it really did push me to my limits, but the client was happy, and I'm really into praise, so we're gonna mark that one down as a success. After cranking out a few more pieces of fine furniture and helping another person I cared about move from one place to the next, yes, a minivan is pretty much the most useful vehicle you could ever possibly own. I began my next gig, which was multi-camera again, but this time someone knocked over the most expensive one. Anyway, one catastrophic hailstorm and a few dates with my girlfriend later, I'm in charge for more reasons than being a man. I found myself doing lighting for some projects that I wasn't in charge of.
Day 3 of gas money. Woo!
Oh my god, you're here.
And it's great to work on projects that aren't mine sometimes because like I'm not stressed out. Someone else is stressed out. Anyway, this project involved a lot of driving around Alberta and looking at beautiful landscapes. And that's when I started to notice a little voice inside of me cry out for adventure. But for now, I kept it suppressed. It wasn't time for adventure yet. There was still much work to do. It was time to help make a Batman-themed music video where I made a Batman light, and there were also people with swords involved. It's gonna be pretty cool. But anyway, once that was concluded, I started sanding my now fully built furniture. Sanding is torture. The paper kept slipping off, and I have no idea how to fix that. It just vibrates off.
That's pretty cool.
She's asleep.
Anyway, my girlfriend made me feel much better, and I got a new pair of glasses. Wow, new look.
Oh, he's a new. It looks really good on you.
I can see better.
So I started to work simultaneously on 2 music videos that I was directing at the time.
Let's roll it again, because it's about to rain, so this is our last day. Whoever the leader is, follow the leader's steps. Whatever the leader does. Here we go, action!
One was clown themed, and we filmed it in like an abandoned train tunnel. That was pretty cool.
Have you seen Interstellar? This is exactly how
And the other, it involved hiking up to an ice cave I'd found.
Oh my goodness, he's so fat. I wonder what's inside the darkness.
Every foot you get deeper in, it's like dropping in degrees.
It's just like Minecraft. He dove headfirst into the pee-pee-poo-poo cave. Emergency services arrived 30 seconds after he tragically died. Nice!
Do you see how sparkly it is?
That's so cool.
We can no longer see the light of the entrance.
Turn your screen light off.
It's dark.
There's literally nothing. That's actually spooky.
Ice wall.
Oh shit, it's an ice wall! The shots looked really cool, but I ended up feeling terrible because I had underplayed how difficult the hike was, and the rainstorm on the way down didn't help. So while, Tony and I, we were having the time of our lives, apparently the other members of the troupe were undergoing intense emotional distress. So I need to remember next time to be much more clear about what a nightmare it is to work on my project sometimes. It was at this point when I started to get a little bit tired. Only a month ago, everything was clean and reset, and that put me in an optimistic enough headspace that I could consistently lie to myself about how this gargantuan project of building my dream artist studio wasn't going to be difficult at all. Now, my life was a disaster all over again. My bedroom studio was still unlivable. I had it worked out for weeks straight, and I wasn't even done sanding. All I had planned felt like an unrealistic dream. Whatever progress I had made on my body, that was gone. Everything I had accomplished felt meaningless because I had failed at the most important thing: promises I had made to myself. The next day, I decided that the best way to deal with my problems was to run away from them. I built my minivan into the ultimate car camper, complete with food, a stove, a Starlink, my camera, a giant battery to power it all, and only one goal: to drive across Canada, uploading a video to YouTube every single day in real time.
And I'm not allowed to stop until I hit 5,000 subscribers.
I filmed some of the most beautiful wildlife and natural wonders that exist on the planet, and met wonderful people, from indigenous elders to this guy at a campsite, to this other guy at a campsite, to the lady who invented Canada's most famous dessert. A group of children taught me how to fish. Look at this big fish. Okay, they caught it, I didn't, but still, look how big this fish is. I joined a choir. That was really fun. I ranked every coffee shop in downtown Victoria. I explored an abandoned power plant and found some cool art. I survived my van catastrophically short-circuiting, as well as a run-in with a bear or two, and I caught a very small lizard.
Have you seen this lizard?
Needless to say, this is what I needed. I was tired of doing things for other people. I was tired of measuring wood down to the 16th of an inch and constantly reorganizing my shit. What I really needed the whole time was adventure. Every day, I filmed what I wanted to film, and every night, I cuddled up in my cozy van and edited what I wanted to edit. Steadily, I got more subscribers, and everyone was so supportive. I think I actually became a part of the daily routine for at least a handful of people. And that's when I stumbled across what I did not know at the time would be the final chapter of the summer that changed my life. Hidden deep in the woods of Vancouver Island, I found a camp of land protectors who had built a wall, a literal wall, to stop the last of the ancient rainforest from getting cut down by industry. As I got to know the place and the people there, what was supposed to be an episode turned into several days, and then weeks, and then a month. For some reason, the police just wouldn't come to knock the place down, even though we were ready for them every single day. So slowly it changed from a temporary roadblock to a community. I even flew my girlfriend out at one point, and we spent a few beautiful days together. Living in the pouring rain for weeks at a time with no showers was her idea of living hell, and I don't blame her. Sometimes it really was hell. But she enjoyed her short stay nonetheless, and I'll enjoy any chance to spend time with this girl. I got to use my filmmaking skills for something good. Helping to make content that inspired thousands. It was only 3 days after I finally drove back home when the cops arrived and destroyed everything. My friends were arrested, and the places I'd called home for so long were literally burned to the ground. Far away, on the other side of the mountains, as the first snow fell in my hometown, I was devastated. If I had stayed for just a few more days, I would have been there. I wanted to be there. So I came back. They had built a new camp. In fact, several. RCMP and paramilitary were everywhere, but the activists were too, every day getting arrested and every night rebuilding. A few days later, I was finally arrested.
You're under arrest.
Oh, sorry, let me move.
You're under arrest.
Oh yeah? Sorry, can I ask when I'm being arrested?
You're under arrest for obstruction.
Obstruction,
Yeah, just
okay.
go to-
Because apparently they didn't like that I was documenting a Mohawk warrior named Logan get taken down for standing up. They carted me away in handcuffs, but I still managed to get the shot and 500,000 views on Instagram. Industry yet again had to put their chainsaws back in their trucks and go back home. And that's how I went from sorting 40,000 Lego pieces in my basement to getting arrested by dozens of paramilitary police.